Hello Flosstube, welcome to my channel. I'm Wendy, Stitchy Wendy here on Flosstube and Instagram. Today is Friday, December 16th. Thank you for coming to spend some time with me, and welcome to my new viewers, and hello again to my returning viewers. It's been a little over a month since I did my last Flosstube. I'm sure we're no exception. It's busy this time of year. Our family's been involved in a lot of different activities. So I thought I'd pop on here before Christmas and get some of my finishes out here and talk about some new plans. Sorry about the dogs. I hope that's it. I'm not going to edit that out. Anyway, I really hadn't done a lot of Christmas or even seasonal stitching, so I've been amping it up a little bit, and I want to continue on for future Christmases. And so I'll show you some of my previous finishes, just there aren't that many, and we'll go from there. I'm hoping this will be a fairly short video. This first one was a shepherd's bush that I finished in 2000. This is Road to Bethlehem, and from what I remember, it came as a kit with the overswa silks and embellishments, or maybe it was just the silks and the embellishments that came in a little separate packet. But I love the colors of shepherd's bush. They're soft and pleasing to the eye. This here, you can't really see. It's not my best work either, but there was some cut work, I want to say that's called. I can't remember. Sweet Band Sampler. That comes out at Christmas time. Framing is by Michaels. This was on a 32 count antique ivory linen. I can't remember if I said, but it was finished in 2000. And then this next one, I might have shown this in my first Flosstube. This is Celtic Christmas, lavender and lace, and there's so much glare on here. I stitched her on black. Red and black are powerful colors, and they're beautiful together. I'm not going to be able to get this on here without glare from any angle. You have a nice view of my kitchen. This again was framed by Michaels. And then I entered this in our state fair. I can't remember. What is blue? First premium ribbon. And that was the Alaska State Fair. I had finished this in 2003. It's done on a 28 count black even weave, and I used all of the called for threads and Mill Hill beads. Looking back at it now, if I did anything differently, I would change the dark green beads. I mean, just they're all over, but just in here, I would change the dark green to maybe more of a citron color, where they're a little bit brighter and pop off the black. But I'm very pleased with it still after all of these years. She comes out at Christmas time also. And here's another shepherd's bush. This was in the Angel Song leaflet. And so this one might be called Angel Song. I know there was another smaller pattern that was on that same leaflet. Little band sampler. And then this is a button that is a shepherd's bush button. I have no idea if the button is still available. I completed this in 2003, and I believe those were just DMC threads stitched on 32 count natural Belfast linen. My first floss tube, I showed my grandmother's nativity that she cross-stitched, and that is above the fireplace in the other room, in the family room. We have back-to-back fireplaces. And then I've collected angels for most of my life. So I did an angel stocking for myself. This was a kit. I don't remember what the brand was, but the designer is Donna Vermillion Giampa. I stitched this in 2008. This is a 14 count navy Ida. I don't remember if this trim came with the kit or not. I hand stitched that on. I didn't know if there was any other way, but that's how I did it. This is all stitched in here. It's beautiful. And then it was in 2009 that I stitched my daughter's stocking. She's my middle child, but my oldest had a different stocking at that time. So I couldn't decide which stocking I wanted to stitch for her. There were two shepherd's bushes that I had my eyes on, and they're one with soft colors, which was this one. Let me find the information on it real quick. I think I finished this in 2010. Okay, I don't know if this one is Elizabeth's stocking or Jillian's stocking. I used the embellishments and I used the called for fabric, which I believe is an 18 count. Yes, 18 count natural light linen. I have the shepherd's bush embellishments. So this is the one that's in use for this year. And then here's the other one I stitched. And again, I don't know if this one is Elizabeth's stocking or Jillian's stocking. And the so-and-sos just finished some of theirs. Nancy has stitched a number of them for her family members. They were talking about templates for the stocking shape. There wasn't one, and I didn't know of any, so I just kind of winged it. This one came out really well for me. This one, not so much, but it's not terrible. I like them both. And again, I hand stitched this cording onto it. But these are, I mean, look at how big they are. I love how large they are. All right, and then after I stitched hers, I stitched my youngest. I want to say. And I completed this in 2017. This one is reed stocking, again by Shepherd's Bush. I also used the called for linen, which was 18 count, and it's stitched over too with the pearl cotton. There's DMC, pearl cotton, and Weeks Dye Works number 5. And again with the embellishment pack. This one's sticking up. And then I want to say I finished my eldest. He was last, but he outgrew his, he had a cowboy stocking that was personalized for him. Or maybe I did his first. Of course, I can't find it now in my book. Oh, here it is. Okay, this was completed in 2018, and this one was Oliver's stocking. And this is again on the 18 count linen with the shepherd's bush embellishments. And I had lined these and also put a backing. The leaves on here are, you know, they're geared for fall, but the coloring was perfect. That's all of my previous finishes, not too many. Where do I start? I'm trying to remember what I had even started on my last Flosstube. I don't think I had even started this, so this was a start and finish. This is Stitching with the Housewives Sugar and Spice Cookie Company. It is stitched on the 28 count black Jobelin. And this backer is from Paisley's and Polka Dots, her website. And it was the easiest thing to put together. I'm not a painter, like I'm not this kind of crafty person. Super, super easy. It's painting, and then there's some paper that you cut out and glue it on. And I had to stress the edges as suggested with just an emery board. Everything is glued together. The instructions spell it all out for you. Very easy to follow. The only thing that I had a problem with was I used a sealer and I used Krylon, and it discolored this paper here a little bit. I wrote to Julie, I think her name is, with Paisley's and Polka Dots, and I asked her about it. And she said that she had the same thing happen to her, so she only recommends the Mod Podge sealer, if any, on the paper. And she completely offered to send me another piece of fabric, or actually I think she offered me the kit, and I was like, no, it's not that big of a deal. So I added just this pick here, glued it down on the base. That sits on the kitchen counter. It's too big for the tier tray, but super cute. I smile every time I look at it. It's sweet. We went with the gingerbread theme this year for decorating, and so that fits in. And then I spent quite a while stitching 24 ornaments. These are Erica Arndt Classic Stitchy ornaments. I stitch about one a day. They went by very quickly, but I stitched a full set for myself, and then I stitched just a few designs, 3 different designs to give out to other people. I'm sorry, I should say 3 designs, but I stitched 12 more in those 3 designs to give away as gifts. You can find the pattern on Confessions of a Homeschooler. She put in her leaflet and also on her video tutorial which materials to use for finishing. This is Riley Blake Cloud Vintage Trim. She recommended the beautiful beige Ada, which is what I used, and she just said that she used a crochet trim. I just found some on Amazon actually because I couldn't find any in Hobby Lobby when I went in there. And so I will put them up here. Sewing is not my favorite thing to do. Stitching or cross stitching, I could stitch all day, but sewing is not my favorite activity. And I just have my set of 12 for here at the house since I had already given them out to those appropriated or sent them to our friends that we had arranged to give them to. She also has quilt patterns very similar to these classic quilty ornaments, I want to say. She has another tutorial on YouTube for that as well. I'm not a quilter. Maybe if I was, I would like sewing a lot more than I do. The backings on these, I just chose, I think this is Riley Blake fabric actually, but these are the two patterns I chose for mine, and I had different pattern for those that I stitched to give away just so I wouldn't confuse them all. And what, let's see, this is an FO. Well, it's not really finished object either because it's a 12-part series. This is the Tiny Modernist Woodland, what's the name of it? Woodland Christmas. So I got the first one done. I'm waiting for the next ones. Crazy Annie's is notorious for sending patterns out late. I think I finished this maybe November 9th, and here it is December 16th, and I haven't received the next one in the series, but just waiting for it. I want to keep up with this and stitch the monthly every time it comes in so I don't get behind. I would like to have it finished next Christmas. And I forgot I have one more FFO, which is Shannon Christine's festive drink. I've already sent it out to my friends, so I do not have it. It was finished on just a small little cutting board that's found in Hobby Lobby's seasonal plate section with their napkin rings. I want to say with their 60% off, it was only $1.60. I painted it and I just put some twine trim around it. It came out so cute, and I want to make another one for myself using the finishing technique that Nicole Spohr had used, and she made a round using Chantel's the 141 design circle round ornament. She stitched it on black, and I liked it. I was going to finish it the way I finished it for my friend until I saw Nicole Spohr's finish. So that's one that I will be starting and finishing sometime in the next month, hopefully. Here's a whip that I've been working on. I think I showed this in my last video as one that I had wanted to start. This is cotton and twine. They have subscription boxes. It comes from the UK. This is their October box. And I just have this portion up here left to do. I want to finish that today. It comes with the frame, so I'll be at least framing it also this weekend. And this is a week's start on the Dimensions kit. That's my start. And as for the rest of December, January, along with the Shannon Christine's festive drink, I want to stitch this. I don't know if I'm going to make it into an ornament or how I want to finish it. This is Tracy Campbell Designs. I've chatted with her a few times on Instagram. Very sweet lady. She's so appreciative of me purchasing her design on Etsy. And I just figured this is a winter design as well as a Christmas design, so I don't mind stitching that further into our winter. And I have a piece of, I don't know what color, this is just poking out here, dark linen. So I don't know if I'm going to stitch it on that or use this that already has the splotches that look like snow on it. Anyway, that's a possibility. I do want to stitch this one for next year. It's stitching with the Housewives Doorables. I have that gingerbread house again from Paisleys and Polka Dots, so I want to be able to display that next Christmas. I have this, what is it called? Flowers in Winter banner. This is Stony Creek, and it has some embellishments on here. I have the linen and the, what's that called, a doorbell pull. So I'd like to stitch that. This one is from Mania. I want to finish this. I showed this in my whip parade video. These little gnomes stitched up quickly, so there's only 3 more to do. I think I can do that in a week's time if I had a good week of stitching. And this one, I don't have a whole lot left to do either. This is Stony Creek's Feathers and Wings. I was going to call it Roots and Wings. Feathers and Wings. I really don't have a whole lot left to do on that one either. And the last one would be a start and a finish, but it's the companion to All I Need. Is that the name of it? I still haven't hung this on my wall because I'm waiting to stitch the companion piece. That's the finish. I don't have a pattern. I think it was called All I Need, but this is the other one that I want to stitch here, the No Talkie Before Coffee. Those are my plans for the rest of the winter. I hope that when I get on Flosstube again, I'll have a few more finishes for you. I want to say thank you to Angie Slowly Crafts. She mentioned me in her Flosstube. It's been a while. She does them fairly frequently, more frequently than I do. She has a lot of fun full coverage pieces that she stitches, and she's as sweet as can be. And there's a newer Flosstuber. I've only seen 2 of her videos, and I think she only has 2 Flosstubes out. Her channel's name is Post Muse. She's in New England, I believe in Massachusetts, and she has some cute finishes and displays. She does a lot of seasonal stitching, monthly stitching. So I think that is all that I have today. I want to say Merry Christmas to all of you and a Happy New Year, and I'll see you in 2023.